Let me guess. You're here because someone doesn't miss you the way you wish they did. Maybe they walked away like you were just another Tuesday. Maybe they're living life like your chapter never even made it into their book. And now you're wondering, how do I make them miss me so much they start stalking their own phone just to see if I've texted? Well, what if I told you that the secret isn't texting them, chasing them, or posting sad quotes on Instagram hoping they'll get the hint? Nah, the real magic. It lies in 4 ancient Stoic principles. Yes, I'm talking about the old-school philosophers, the guys who wore robes, didn't freak out when their lives fell apart, and probably wouldn't even flinch if their crush left them on read. So buckle up, because today we're going to turn heartbreak into high ground. Let me show you how to make them miss you badly. Not by begging for attention, but by mastering your inner game. Let's dive in. Principle number 1. Control what you can, let go of what you can't, and look really mysterious while doing it. Okay, picture this. You're texting someone, things are going great. Then suddenly, poof, they go cold. Messages slow down. You feel like you're texting a brick wall. Now your brain is like, quick, text again, say something funny, send a meme, bake them cookies virtually. But hold up. This is where the Stoic comes in. Epictetus, the OG of emotional control, once said, "Some things are up to us, and some are not." Translation: you can't control how they feel. You can't control whether they text back, but you can control how you respond. So instead of triple texting or spiraling into, was it the selfie, was it the meme, energy, you pull back, you breathe, you don't chase, you let the silence speak for you. Because here's the plot twist. When you stop reacting, you create space. And space makes people wonder, wait, why aren't they chasing me? That question right there, that's the seed of missing you. Stoicism 1, desperation 0. Principle number 2, negative visualization. Yes, imagine losing them, but not to make yourself cry. This one sounds depressing, but hear me out. Stoics had this wild practice called negative visualization. They'd imagine losing the things they loved most. Why? So they could appreciate them deeply in the present and prepare emotionally for if they were ever gone. Now, in your case, the loss already happened, or it feels like it. But instead of clinging to hope like it's the last slice of pizza at a party, try this. Imagine life without them. Not in a bitter, I never needed them anyway kind of way, but in a clear, calm, and curious way. Picture yourself growing, thriving, laughing. Picture peace. When you do this, something wild happens. You start to detach emotionally, not in a cold way, but in a powerful, I'm okay even without you kind of way. And that energy, that's the kind of vibe people miss. Not the I'll fall apart without you energy, but the wow, they're actually doing better without me kind. Reverse Psychology 101, Stoic edition. Principle number 3, amor fati, love your fate, even if your fate was getting ghosted. All right, this one sounds fancy. Amor fati, it means love of fate, not tolerate, not survive. Love. Yeah, I know, it sounds insane. Love getting dumped, love the fact they left, love being ignored. Look, I'm not saying throw a party for your heartbreak, but Stoics believe that everything happens for you, not to you. And if you adopt that mindset, if you own your story instead of running from it, you become unshakable. Suddenly, you're not the person who got ghosted. You're the person who learned to love themselves harder than anyone else could. You're not the one who lost someone. You're the one who found their own peace. You become the plot twist. And here's where it gets spicy. When you love your fate, you stop needing them to come back, which is exactly when they start to feel your absence. Why? Because people can feel when your energy has shifted, when you're no longer stuck in their orbit. It's like the emotional Wi-Fi got disconnected, And you know what happens when people lose Wi-Fi, right? They panic. Principle number 4, the dichotomy of fame. Stop trying to be remembered and watch what happens. This one's gonna feel backwards, but trust me, it's powerful. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "Fame after death is meaningless. Why care what people think of you after you're gone?" Now apply this to your situation. What if you stop trying to be remembered? What if you let go of trying to make them miss you? No cryptic stories, no checking their profile, no pretending you're fine just to make them notice. You just lived fully, authentically. Here's why that works. When people feel that you're not trying to prove anything to them anymore, it triggers curiosity. Wait, they don't care if I see their story. Why haven't they texted again? Are they actually over me? That curiosity turns into questions. Those questions turn into thinking. And that thinking, that turns into missing. You become the mystery, the what if, the chapter they wish they never closed. The comeback vibe. Let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, we'll call him Jay, was obsessed with this girl. She ghosted him after 2 months of constant texting. Jay was spiraling, overthinking, watching her stories like it was his job. Then one day, he stopped. He picked up journaling, hit the gym, started a side hustle, got really into baking of all things. 3 months later, she texted him, "Hey, random, but I miss talking to you. You okay?" Boom. What changed? Jay didn't beg. He didn't try to be missed. He just became someone worth missing. That's Stoicism in action, not revenge, not manipulation, just transformation. Final thoughts, the real secret to making them miss you. You don't need to be cold. You don't need to play games. You need to remember who the hell you are. These 4 Stoic principles, they're not tricks. They're a way of living that makes you magnetic. Because when you're calm in chaos, when you're grounded in your own worth, when you stop needing and start being, you create space. And space creates longing. People don't miss what's always available. They miss what made them feel something, and then disappeared like a wise mystery wrapped in a hoodie. So take a breath. Pull back. Love your fate. Live your life like the main character. And let them do what humans always do when they realize what they lost too late. Miss you. Badly. Stay calm. Stay unbothered. Stay stoic. And if they come back? Well, we'll talk about that in the next video. Make sure you don't miss it.